Let me hit you with something most Christian artists don't want to hear. If your music isn't growing, it might not be your sound. It might not be the algorithm. It might not even be your consistency. It might be one simple thing. People don't know where to place you. And if people don't know where to place you, they don't remember you. And if they don't remember you, they don't share you. And if they don't share you, they just don't come back. So today, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Not with hype, but with positioning. Hi, my name is Nathaniel James, and I am the founder of Anthem Growth, and we engineer momentum for Christian artists. So if you're gifted, called, and serious, but still feel invisible, this video is going to put words to the real problem and give you a framework to solve it. Number one, the 5-second test. Quick test. If a stranger landed on your profile right now, could they explain your artist brand in one sentence? Like instantly? Or would they say something like, he makes Christian music, I think. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because it's the reality of how the brain works. People scroll fast. They don't study your page like a museum. They give you 5 seconds, if that. If they don't get it in 5 seconds, they gone. They move on. And that's why a lot of Christian artists are stuck. Not because they're not anointed. Not because they're not talented, but because the brand is unclear. Number two, what positioning actually is. Positioning is how people describe you when you're not in the room. It's the quick answer in someone's mind, like, what kind of artist is this? And why should I care? It answers things like, who is this for? What do they sound like? What do they stand for? What am I going to feel when I listen? And if you don't define that clearly, people will guess. And usually, they'll guess wrong. Or they won't guess at all. They'll just scroll on. Because people aren't researching you like a documentary. They're describing in seconds. And listen to this. I make Christian music. That's not positioning. That's like a restaurant saying, we serve food. Okay, but what kind of food? Because the truth is, you're not competing with other Christian artists. You're competing with everything in someone's phone. Number three is the funny but true part. And I know what some artists say when they're unclear. They'll say something like this. I'm genre blending. I'm boundary breaking. I'm multi-dimensional. Which is basically artist language for, I don't know how to explain myself yet. And that's okay. But we're fixing it today. Number four, why safe artists stay invisible. Here's the brutal truth. Vague feels humble. But vague kills momentum because different is memorable. Safe is invisible. And some of you are trying to be so for everyone that you end up being for no one. And I want to say this with love. That's not humility. That's fear. Fear of choosing. Fear of narrowing. Fear of committing. Number five, the positioning framework. Here's the framework that fixes this. Your positioning lives at the intersection of sound, your story, and spirit. Let's break those down simply. Sound. What do you actually sound like? Not what you hope you sound like. What do you sound like? If I press play right now, what would I hear? Cinematic worship, raw acoustic psalms, gospel-driven praise, faith-based hip-hop, indie testimony music? Pick words people already understand. Like, what have you walked through? What does your music come from? Because your story isn't extra. Your story's your edge and spirit. What burden are you carrying? Encouragement, revival hunger, healing, warfare, intimacy with God, evangelism? Not every Christian artist carries the same assignment. But when those three align, your brand stops feeling generic and it starts feeling like a person. Number 6, quick personal moment. Let me be honest with you. I've watched artists with real gifts, real calling, stay stuck for years. Because when someone asked, "What kind of artist are you?" they didn't have an answer. They said something like, "I don't know. I'm still figuring that out." And that hesitation, that will cost you. Because hesitation communicates uncertainty. And uncertainty does not get shared at all. Number 7, let me give you some examples. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Instead of, "I make Christian music," say something more like, "I create cinematic worship for believers who want a deeper encounter with God." Instead of, "I'm a worship artist," say something like, "I create intimate worship for people rebuilding their faith." Instead of, "I'm a Christian rapper," maybe say something like, "I disciple young believers through scripture." You feel the difference. One is a label, the other is identity. And clarity creates gravity. Number 8, the big fear. Now here's what most artists think. If I get specific, I'll lose people. And that's not true. You'll lose people by being unclear. The right people don't run from clarity. They're attracted to it. Because when someone finds an artist and they think, "Hey, this is for me," they don't just listen. They'll follow, they'll share, and they'll stay. Number 9 is your positioning statement. Here's your assignment. This is a sentence you need. So complete this. I create blank music for blank so they can experience blank. This is not just a cute exercise. This is the foundation of your momentum. Because once you know this, your content becomes easier. Your branding becomes easier. Your releases become easier. And your audience becomes clearer. You see, everything compounds. And number 10, where positioning must show up. And here's a big reason artists stay stuck. They finally find clarity, but they never apply it to their own front door. Your positioning must show up in your bio, your pinned post, your banners, your first 3 seconds of content. Because if your positioning is hidden, it doesn't work. If people have to investigate you, they won't. They'll scroll and scroll. They'll scroll right by you. Number 11, the 48-hour fix. Here's how to fix your positioning in the next 48 hours. So this is some real good, important information. So let's start with step number 1. Write your positioning sentence. Step number 2. Update your bio to reflect it. Not your life story, but your clarity. Step number 3. Pin a post that introduces your sound plus message clearly. And number 4, make your next 3 pieces of content reinforce the same idea, not random, reinforce. That is how you train the algorithm and train your audience. Now, let me close with this. If you are gifted, but still are invisible, it might not be your talent. It might be your positioning. Clarity builds confidence. Confidence builds consistency. And consistency builds momentum. And momentum is not accidental. It's engineered. So here's what I want you to do. Comment your positioning sentence below. And here it is. I create blank for blank so they can experience blank. And I'll help you tighten it up. Also, if you know any Christian artists who needs this, send them this video. Because too many gifted artists stay hidden for a reason that's completely fixable. Subscribe if you want more strategy like this. And if you want the full foundation system, download my book, The Artist Momentum Blueprint. It's down below in the description. Now, let's build your momentum.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out.